Well, damn it, Mr. Landis. It's good to finally have you on.
Oh, I know it's been in the making since you first started doing podcasts for other things too.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that for sure. I first met you through another wrestling organization. Well, Backyard Wrestling at the time. Well, still, you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I met you, and I'm like, dude, this guy's got potential.
No, actually, we met through Mike and Justin.
Oh yeah.
When we did the
Taking Bumps, wasn't it?
Yeah, but we all had our podcast going. It was me and Thomas's, Justin and Mike, and who else was there?
Scott was there.
Scott was there.
I think it was the Royal Rumble one, or the WrestleMania. The
Royal
Royal
Rumble, I believe. Yeah, and that's whenever I had met you and everything.
And you had your belt, and we took a picture like the next.
Well, no, that was Thomas's belt, and then Scott had his Intercontinental belt, the old one, and then they were gracious enough to let me take a silly picture with it. So, sure.
Because I was like, that dude has potential. Because you got the belt, and once you get on it, because you got the charisma, you just got to get in. You know what I mean? But again, like I said, things happen with.
Hey man.
With careers.
I don't know. I kind of give up on that.
With the wrestling aspect of.
Not wanting to do it, but it's just I heard it's just too many politics and backstabbing, and I'd rather make my name when you know what I mean. I'm getting to be like too old, you know what I mean, to start doing that. But you know what I mean, I don't give a fuck, you know what I'm saying, because it's nothing to get in shape. So, but I can't be taking unnecessary bumps and then getting backstabbed for no reason.
No, I understand completely. Like I said, I've been in the wrestling business I've done everything from backyard to independence. I started independence in 1998 with Dark Angel because he was a guy that did wrestling shows for back in the day, from Dick the Bruiser days, the original Dick the Bruiser.
Oh yeah.
And then somebody was like, well, and then another guy at the TV station at the time was like, well, get this guy out of the backyard so he could do something better. So that's how I ended up going to Independence. And of course, I went back to backyard because then I went back to Independence, and of course, I'm still doing Independence to this day. So it's like Independence is where it's at. But I understand some people have the feel for the business, and people don't. And again, that's what I respect about you. You tried.
I mean, it's not that I can't listen. I just gotta be real and nothing disrespectful, other than the fact, wrestling is the type of thing that people risk their lives. But I'm not the one to necessarily say like it's too hard for me.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I've been through a lot of hard physical things in my life, so I don't. That's just that to me wasn't the hard part. The hard part is just like any other job. When you get good at it, now you got to start dealing with people's attitudes and the backstage stuff.
Competition,
not even. I love competition. I've been looking for. I found one, but for a while I was looking for the right host to do some sports talk with, and I totally accept arguing. Because that just shows me, one, that people care, you interested, you like learning, you have your own point of view. So I don't care about competition. That's what make the world go around. The problem is the stuff going on backstage, the dirty stuff. So I don't want to be a part of that.
No, this is understandable because there's a lot of it. No matter where you go, reality, music, any kind of anything. And it sucks, but again, that's how life is. Right.
But at the same time, it's just like I can't get my body beat up and get kind of screwed over backstage. That can't both happen. To me, that's not a good recipe. Because I've known a lot of dudes in Fort Wayne that's on the indie circuit, and they go all around, and it's like, they're still the same caliber started were then 5 years ago, and that's cool. I'm still glad they doing it, and I hope they improve and get better. But you know what I'm saying, I just know how it is, and it's not because they necessarily suck or whatever. It's just how people view them or any. It's always a tryout. Every time you step into the ropes or in the ring or on the court or any type of aspect that's entertainment or a sport, you trying out every time you go out there. Just like in basketball, if some dude that's on LeBron team decide to go out there and play poo-poo for 2 games, he's not going to play much longer. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause each time is a tryout. So.
See, my thing is I've been realizing too is that competition is everywhere. Like, so I could tell you some stories about how I've had people like my best friends. Oh yeah, we're cool, Jeff, and they turn their back, start their own show, and it's like really, and then it's like I put all this time, but again, I've not tried to brag or anything, but I've always been on top. I always think life is a competition. I mean, it's no matter where you are, even with friends, no matter what you do. It sucks.
I mean, it don't suck. Me and my cousin are in competition, kind of. Not a bad way. Competition is what you make out of it.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't got to be upset. Just listen. Me and my good brother Tracy, we in competition about everything. So, and it's one of my closest people out there. You know, so, and we don't have any spite or malice or hate because... You know, we have. I think competition is something we should embellish and love.
That's true.
You know, competition brings out so much good stuff. We can't be like, okay, well, let's just throw away scores and first, second, and last place. Like, of course, it don't matter all the time, but sometimes it does matter. You know.
Yeah.
And I'm a dude that I don't really care about too much. You know, like I was telling my buddy on the last podcast, like. I pretty much don't care what other people do. You can live your life how you want to. I have a, carefree attitude with those sort of things. So.
Now that I'm getting older, I'm starting to get like that because, like I said earlier, we were talking before, like I've had other friends try to start their own thing, and I'm like, you know what, do what you got to do. Because I'm too old for this shit. I've been doing it since 1994, through singing my Boys to Men, through wrestling, through all kinds of stuff. Again, like I said, if someone wants to start a competition with me, I don't care because, again, I feel like I've accomplished everything because I've done a lot locally.
And that's how you should feel. At least, you know what I'm saying, at least you are doing something and you're doing something that you love. That's all that matters. It don't matter to what scale. I think people get too caught up in that, especially now on social media, and you got to track how many likes and this and that, and just keep doing you.
Well, like I never thought, with me doing this entertainment for forever, I never thought I'd be interviewing Jack Russell's Great White. I never thought I'd be interviewing Ron Jeremy, Jake the Snake Roberts, meeting Ric Flair, meeting John Cena. I never thought I'd be in this kind of boat. Because my plan when I was doing Landis was to run against Night Shift with Kevin Ferguson. So I used to have an old wrestling show back in the day called KWF, George Star Walker, love you, brother. We were Monday Nitro and WCW. We were two companies at each other's throat locally, and he almost took me out of the business. Now that we're best friends. So it's crazy on how the world works. Again, competition can be crazy, but then me and him are like the best of friends. And he's the closest guy to ever take me out of the entertainment business. But it's never going to happen because, again, it's my passion. I love it. But what's also good is I'm on my break, and I'm doing this too because, again, you're a good friend of mine. Mm-hmm. And, I like to help friends out too. Right
on. Me too, man. Yeah. I'm glad we both got to help each other out and do this because I was just glad to get you on because I know we missed doing that the last time on the other podcast. We just couldn't. The schedules just couldn't line up. So
today it's happening. Plus, plus I can't wait after we get done from here because we did it. I said I'm on a hiatus. I took like a month break, but I'm still on a break. But I got to do a show that was.
Why
awesome.
Are you on hiatus?
I'm burnt out. I want to relax. I want to spend time with the kids. Again, like I said, I'm pretty much on season 3 of A Landis right now. As of last night, 9 episodes in.
Okay.
So I'm pre-taping pretty much everything until season 3. Then when season 3 comes, bam, I'll have it be set. But I just need some time off. I need to reinvent myself. I'm getting tired of, because like I said, compared to local, I love local. So don't think, I'm just down on locals. But if I had a format where I'm interviewing celebrities, I'm gonna keep going. Mm-hmm. But the point to where I'm dealing with agents right now.
Well, no, man. Nobody will be mad at you for that. That's what you got in the business to do.
Some people are like, well, why don't you do locals anymore? I'm like, I still do locals, but right now I'm at the point to where I'm getting these celebrities. I'm still going to go. Even if I get rejected, I'm still going to go. Because how many people's interviewing celebrities in this town consistently?
I mean...
The news is doing it for
soon it's gonna be me, Jeff. You keep worrying about it. I got already done interview some celebrities. You just don't even know about it, Jeff.
Right. I got
Give them a couple years. They gonna be the people you gonna want on your radar. They been on my radar.
Hey,
trust me.
Like I said, do what you
got.
I'm
just messing you. I'm just kidding.
Well, like I said, I would normally back in the day I'd be upset about. I'm like, do whatever you gotta do. Cause
no. I'm just saying, I'm coming for you too, Jeff. I'm on your heels. Just don't slow down. You got a young, thirsty young buck behind you.
That's good.
I'm picking up.
A lot of people are missing that drive and determination in any kind of entertainment or with anything. Because again, like I said, you're the one can only help yourself. Like Ted DiBiase said, you're the only one that can market yourself.
Oh, that's true, man.
So I took that advice from the Shawn Michaels DVD, this Heartbreak one, the one where they told a story about him. Mm-hmm. Ted DiBiase was right. You could only market yourself because you could be the only one responsible.
last job I took serious, I was like this serious. I've taken every job serious. It's like how well I do it. But the last job I took this serious was 2014 or something like that. You know, just like having that drive and like always thinking. Like even whenever I'm not doing anything on the computer or on my phone trying to learn something new, like I'm always thinking and brainstorming. Just always like enough to where it's like anxiety, but a good kind. You know, like the good kind of stress. Like I gotta get something done. I gotta be proactive. I gotta start thinking. And then it came to me like just start making your own television channel. You know what I mean? Like literally take the channel as something where it's different programs. You know what I mean? I'm gonna have interviewing people, and I'm gonna have sports talk, and eventually I'm gonna have like a whole nerd show, like the whole nine. So
networking and starting your own
channel. Oh yeah, all day. That's all I want to do.
Nothing wrong with that, because again, networking can get you a lot of places.
The best thing about networking is it gets you back out there to do like fun stuff, like in the clean way. You know what I'm saying? Like going to see my friends play, or just anything, being a part of anything, man. Just anybody I get on and I get to go witness them just on stage and doing what they do, I appreciate it, man. It's dope.
So pretty much what you're doing.
And then, like whenever we were just, I mean, spoiler, we had did that video and you were filming it, and I was just like one of the extras, but I was, you know what I mean, I was scoping you out then too. So I watch everybody that's is doing something. You know what I'm saying? I watch everybody because it's always something to learn, no matter what format level that they on.
I try to be multi-talented. Like I said, I started doing this at 14. I started doing TV camera at 14. I started doing a camcorder. And again, like I said, it's always good to have the aspects of doing different things. Because like I said, I've been everything from professional wrestling manager to wrestler itself, which I wasn't the greatest, because obviously I'm not wrestling anymore, right, to, you know, setting up the rings, from running camera to doing whatever. I mean, like I said, in the entertainment business, you got to be all around, because again, there could be that project where like last Sunday, I was doing camera for a music video. Well, I'm also in that music video too, but again, like I said, it's always good to be around different aspects of the entertainment business, just in case, like, well, I can say I done this, I did this. So again, it's good to network, and plus you get to know people, get to find out, oh, cool, because pretty much what you're doing is a variety podcast, and like good.
Oh yeah, well, I'm interested in a lot of stuff, man.
There's a lot out there.
That's what I'm saying. I'm interested in a lot of stuff, so I hate to break it to anybody that's like watching, thinking it's just gonna be one format thing. Eventually, I'm gonna try and folder those things, but as of right now, you know, you gotta get them as they come from me right now, because I'm just interested in a lot of things, and it's hard to schedule a month's worth of people for music, and then a month's worth of people for gaming, a month's worth of people, small businesses, artists, whatever, you know what I mean? Like, it's hard to get I gotta get people how they can open up their schedule, you know?
Yeah,
it's hard to be like, you gotta be here, this, you know, like, you don't talk to a guest, you don't talk to anybody like that, you don't talk to a guest like that. So it's just, that's why I'm so flexible. I give everybody the same courtesy. You let me know, so then I can clear the time, you know, type
that's
of
the best
thing.
way, because I've learned throughout this doing the entertainment world, and just in general, reality and entertainment world is, no matter what, you can't depend on anybody else. But again, if you got something scheduled for somebody, have respect and be like, hey, I can't do this. Like in the entertainment world, man, I've had people no-show wrestling shows where I've had good storylines. Like, you know, say for instance, they had a love triangle going on back in the day. One of the people backed out. I'm like, really? I've had something big for you. And it's like, I get what you're saying. You plan all those good things, and then you hype them up on social media, like, hey, coming here pretty soon. And it's like, okay.
Well, that's why I don't do that, and I think that's why a lot of people don't do that. They kind of wait until it's done, and then they let people know that it'll be up soon, and then it's out, because you never know what can happen, and that's just kind of bad juju anyway.
I do that sometimes.
So automatically assume. Well, if somebody ever hasn't made it, and it's only happened once, and it was because of like a children transportation issue, you know what I mean? I can't help that. It's not like there was like completely. If if word got around and it was like they were completely just didn't give a damn, and you know what I mean, whatever, then that's one thing, and you know what I mean, we would just have to talk before they ever came on. Like we would have to have a whole voice to voice conversation. But I understand people having lives or getting busy or an emergency or something like that, or just slipping their mind. Like I got the days mixed up.
But you know, you're taking your time to be like, hey, I want to interview you. I want people to get to know you, because in reality, like I said, I'm talking about reality and entertainment, whatever. We all have our own story.
Mm-hmm.
We're born to have our own story. Mm-hmm. We tell our own stories. So again, like I said, that's what's interesting about human life is you never know what this person's doing.
I just like to keep it organic, man. Don't ever force anything. It'll come. There's no need to rush. If there was a need to rush, then you should have did this a long time ago. That's how I feel about everything. Like people being late to work. If you feel like you was going to be late to work and it's not snowing or fog just caught you by surprise, why didn't you leave earlier? Why are you acting like a maniac on the road? You know what I mean? In a Ford Taurus or something. If it was a big deal for you, you would have started and been invested a long time ago. So I can't rush people just because I missed the boat so many times.
Yeah. Like one thing about me is, like I said, throughout the years of doing all this stuff, you know, people's no-showed, and I always make sure in my head, are you going to make it? Because again, like I said, last night was a big show that we did with the last Happy the Hobo, and again, as a kid's show, back when I was a kid watching it, and I was like, okay, are you going to make it? Because sometimes people do cancel out, but I just like to make sure of things. Like if I'm doing an interview, I want to make sure it's going to happen. Because that's just how I am. Because like I said, back in the day, people would back out, and I don't like doing that.
Well, I bet you it was harder back then.
Yes, it was.
Communication. It was not like it is now.
No, we didn't have this. We didn't have cell phones or anything like that. It's like, you know.
So the that was probably the hard part. You never know what happens to somebody for why they like actually backed out, just because by the time you hear from them, it could be damn. You might just send something in the mail. Like not saying like it was that far back, but just because you have phones didn't mean nothing. People was never at home like that to get phone calls. You know what I'm saying? That's why they invented pagers, and then that just slowly evolved. You know what I'm saying?
Don't laugh at me. I still have pagers.
Pagers were dope.
Pagers
were dope, but they were just merely a blip.
Oh yeah.
It was just like they had to give people something in the meantime until they could perfect the cell phone. You know what I mean? Version, because that's all they did is put a cell phone and a beeper together.
Pretty much. Now you got the internet. But yeah, I wish I could go back to the times where it's just that, because again, like social media can ruin a lot of things, but then it can help a lot of things too. That's why I'm also trying to take this break, because again, like I said, I spend time with my kids, and plus I want to lose weight, get into shape. Not because I want to wrestle again, because like I said, you know, I had my last match, the ladder match with Mike. Thank you, brother, man. Love you like a brother. You've probably seen that match where, yeah. But again, like I said, I just want to get into shape and go back how I used to be. Again, like I said, it's hard to sometimes when you don't have that motivation. But like I said, with me working now with my shoot job, it's like, yeah. But again, like I said, I'm thankful to where I'm at. But
so what's kept you motivated this far?
What, doing the shows?
Just doing all of it.
The kids, the girlfriend,
I'm saying from the time you started up until 2018, I know we in 2019, but you've been on hiatus how long? But
about a month.
Okay.
Hiatus,
so I mean, up until this point, what's then kept you motivated?
Just keep doing what I'm doing, because again, I like doing the entertainment business because it's fun. Like I said yesterday, I got to work with somebody who I looked up to as a kid. As I watched locally, Happy's Place, I'm like, oh my god, I had fun because we had the Happy's Place Phil. Again, later on, that's going to be on YouTube, so check that out down the road. But again, we just kind of, what I wanted to do is, because kids my age, well not kids, but adults my age used to watch that show. So I was like, because that show's no longer on air anymore. I mean, yes, it's on YouTube. I was like, why don't we just do the Happy the Hobo, Happy's Place Field, where he comes out to this theme like, duh, you know how it is, like a wrestler comes out to this theme. Oh my god, as I was coming here from the bus, you know, again, like I told you, I was doing the whole on demand, because later on it's going to be on YouTube and stuff. And I just watched it. I got goosebumps, like, oh my god, that felt so awesome by doing it. So again, like I said, stuff like that makes me keep doing it when I'm doing it. My dream interview was Boys to Men. I just gave up on that. So
don't give up on it, Jeff. Don't give up on
I just Yeah, so again, like I said, by doing a dose of Landis, like I said, I've done everything from singing Boys to Men, from doing backyard wrestling to regular wrestling to reality show. A dose of Landis is my favorite of all time because, again, I never thought I'd be interviewing people from celebrities, from local talent that I've looked to as a kid. So it's like, wow, I can't believe I'm doing this. So again, I still have the drive. It's just I want to step back, if that makes sense. Because again, I'm always doing.
Don't step back too long.
Oh no, I'm not gonna take that long of a hiatus. But again, like I said, I'm not gonna be doing a dose of Landis too much.
A lot of stuff could happen in a month.
Oh yeah, that's why I said if I
missed a lot of opportunities. Like if I stop doing my podcast for a month, I don't know if it would survive. Not because of my following or anything like that. It's just the times is just like after a month, people like, well, they must have just stopped, and then you put one up, and then only a select few got to it.
I get what you're saying because right now we got that selective memory where if we see something that's crazy and viral and it's like 30 seconds, constantly gets shared, bam, 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 30 seconds. But if somebody don't want to watch something that's like an hour long, 2 hours long, you get what I'm saying? But
that's not true. The young kids, like literally, I'm 27. Okay, so I literally figured out anybody, not all of them, but like 20 and younger, they like the little short clips and the short attention span stuff and the ha he he 8 to 10 minute. I mean, we all like the 8 to 10 minute videos. I like them. I got this filled on my YouTube things, but it's clearly evident. It's at least more than 1 million people, minimum 1 million people that like long format podcasts. A lot of them do. Like, the reason why I figured out is because people like to have long conversations. People like to have in-depth conversations. And whenever it comes to interviews like this, people don't like the awkward interviewer.
Oh yeah.
They don't like the fakeness, the ungenuineness, they don't like people that just get on and just are talking nonsense or trying to badmouth somebody else and like just have no real point behind it. Like it's just things that you pick up on as you watch and you research this kind of stuff because I know people think my cousin felt that way at one point in time. It was like to do a 30-minute thing. It's just like with 30 minutes, we can't talk about one thing. We got to talk about a bunch of things. So I'm not against a 30-minute thing, but those people, if it's not a cooking show or something like that, they're talking about a multitude of things over 30 minutes, not just beating over the head one topic.
Oh yeah.
Which you can with a podcast that's an hour. Like you could keep somebody concentrate on one topic for 30 minutes if they know this is how long it is. I don't know if you could for a whole 2 hours of like I can't beat a Spider-Man topic over the head for 2 hours. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
stuff like that.
Because there's just so much that you could talk about.
Yeah, well, even that, but you just lose people's interest. You know what I'm saying? Even running it an hour or 2 hours, you risk losing people's interest. Even if you got a following and all that, you still risk losing people's interest. But at least they came and showed up. If they just know, you know what I mean, they seen it and they have they one bad impression, like they might not give you another chance. But they could if they see that you kept going and you still have a following and it's trending upward, even if it's not at a pace of somebody that has a whole stage behind them. But, you know what I mean, I see videos where people got looped back around and I gave them another chance and it was a little better than last time. So, you know, people are just more interested, I think, in a lot of stuff than what's given credit for.
Yeah, we did all of those a second chance. Like one thing that people ask me, like, well, you doing a podcast? Like I'm like, no, I'm doing TV. Mm-hmm. And like I said, you know, doing a podcast, I know it's a lot of work. I'm not trying to say it's not a lot of work. But doing TV is a lot of work too. I mean, I got to call the camera crew.
Oh no, yeah, that's always been established.
And the thing that's harder now is back then when I was doing TV. I mean, I'm still doing the TV shows, but the TV was a lot of work. It still is. But again, like I said, YouTube's taking over. Podcasts are taking over. So it's like, you know, what's going on with TV? I asked one time, who still watches TV?
I don't know, unless it's a sports show. I don't watch TV, so and like one TV show. that I can watch on the internet. And just that one show, I don't have to watch anything else. So.
I mean, I watch the news. I mean, I got a friend that burns
our news. Just look at me. I want y'all to know if I can get more equipment and everything and get the license to like go on and investigate stuff, I'm gonna give News Channel 15 a run for their money too, because I don't like the fact that what they do is report on 2 or 3 things a day, and then they just sharing stuff from other news channels all day. Oh yeah, all day. No, I call them on it all the time, and it's like, bro, we found that out like 3 hours ago, and it's not even your story. It's so lazy. It's just like all they do now is just get on the News Channel 15 live, and people pass around the phone and talk, and they think because they have pretty ladies. You know what I mean? Like, that'll keep people intrigued and stuff. And it's like, dude, stop, man. Ain't nobody watching y'all. Nobody's watching you. Y'all don't cover nothing interesting. Ever.
No, I get it.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm offended by it. Like, it's people like that. They get a whole platform and they're not using it to their advantage. That's what I don't like. I don't like, it's not that I dislike them or what they stand for, none of that garbage. It's just like, you got a platform, use it. Like, stop just resharing other people's posts. Like, we do that. You know what I'm saying? We do that all day. Does that mean we a news channel? No. We just get like, they get the okay to go into the crime scenes. They get the okay to interview the festival people. They get the okays for that because they have the platform and the stage and it's set up by the city. But they not using it no more than that. If they didn't have no connects, what would they be doing, Jeff? I'm talking about literally getting in my car, finding out where the crime is, going to it, interviewing people, come back doing a checkup, interviewing people like this every day, still doing this. Just keep building on. Have my own sports department. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if they can do it, anybody in this town can do it because they doing what? They have better cameras? Cool. You have more money than me. That's not even given to you. You know what I mean? Like, it was there. Yeah. Glad. Good you got, but they need to do a little better. Like, it's terrible. Like, you do more than they do, and you don't have as many interviews as they do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I don't even see any of the people that you have that they have. You know what I'm saying? It's just like all I'm saying is the news channels after that with the Times, they're going to end up like the newspapers. Call it what you will, but that's just fact. You know what I'm saying? News channels is going to be gone. Why? Because people going to want internet news. Whether it be a podcast, a live stream from that personal, like, station, you know what I'm saying? Like ESPN. Like, you know what I'm saying? If they wasn't so strong, they would have been moved to the internet. So they've even adapted. Yeah. So you got to adapt with the times. And I think they are just so slow. Just so slow, and they're doing it in like a hoodwink kind of fashion, like just things I could do.
Yeah, and like you're talking about the whole thing with TV. You know, things change from social media and stuff like that too. It's harder for me nowadays. Like I said, I know I knew about YouTube like a long time ago, but like 2 to 3 years, I started my own YouTube channel. Now that I got this tablet, I'm like, oh, okay, I could do like big name interviews, and not only have the TV camera, then have the other one for Facebook Live, and then have this one for my YouTube Live, or just record from my YouTube. So again, I take advantage of the 3 things: YouTube, TV, and Facebook. Because again, like I said, because that's still gonna catch people out. Because again, like I said, I'd be like, hey, I'm interviewing this big name. No,
if I could get the TV, I would be with you where you at. That's the only thing
I'm here to give you advice.
Because I got Facebook, Instagram. The Instagram stays pretty active with like a traffic of people, and then this, which I always put out a video at least once a week. So,
well, David, I'm willing to help you out no matter what. You can call.
I mean, I would like to go back down and talk to somebody sensible at the library and get on like a reasonable time, and I'll follow any like guidelines as far as like they have about not cussing or whatever, because I'm a big boy, I don't have to cuss. I'm just on a format where it's mine, and we're adults, we're gonna talk here. Parents, I'm sorry, I keep them limited to try not sound ignorant, but sometimes it's just an emotion, and my emotion is different than other people. Some people cry a lot, some people laugh a lot, some people are naturally depressed, and that sucks. But, you know what I mean? My emotion is I just say outlandish stuff. Landis.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man.
I just like to say taboo stuff to keep people on their toes, keep them interested, like to get a laugh, a little rile out of y'all. It's just fun because I know a lot of you guys are boring. not like boring, but like y'all don't want to step on toes anymore. You know, just like what happened to the old assholes of the old era? What happened? Everybody soft, everybody just skating by. We in La La Land.
Everybody's like, complaining about this.
Like, be mean to me. Like, give me a little. You know what I mean, I don't want to say like go personal. I'm not saying beat me down or get physical. Just, you know, throw a little jab, make it interesting. You know what I mean? I'll duck it. It's okay. I'm not scared.
Like we were talking about earlier, like a couple of days ago, just in general, like haters, man. The one thing I learned about not only this business and reality, but the two
we're gonna get into this.
The two most people that's hated it in life, I mean, are politicians and entertainers.
I mean, I don't hate them. So maybe
I'm
that's
saying,
probably true. I just don't. Yeah. I don't.
Really. I'm just saying, you know, as an entertainer myself, I've dealt with a lot of shit, man. I can tell you, I've been shot at twice. I have people starting to kill me, told me I need to stop doing the show, I need to kill myself. I've heard it all. All because I wanted to succeed. Yes, I've heard it all. Shame. And there's been times where I like just wanted to quit, but again, I can't do it because this is my passion. This is like I got 2 kids already. This is like my 3rd child. So after producing a show, it's like, you know, it's like when you're having sex and then it turns out great and you got this little kid. So again, I treat my shows like it's a kid. Every time I'm producing a good show, I'm proud of it. I know it's a weird, twisted way of saying it, but again, like I said, it's like my kid.
No. That's not weird.
So
that just means you care. You don't gotta apologize for that.
And like I said, I love doing what I'm doing. But again, like I said, the haters, man, back then when I first started, man, I couldn't take it. But now I'm like, nowadays, I just laugh at the shit. I laugh at the shit now.
Okay, so for like the last 3 years, what is this dude's name?
Brian Thornton.
Okay. I'm gonna get into why he is infatuated with you, but how did he start doing this nonsense? Because people like all across Fort Wayne are like busting him out like all the time.
Here's
and Indiana actually.
Here's how it happened. Okay, I seen because he was fucking with Roller Dome North, I think, at the time, just trying to badmouth it and all kinds of saying
it's from Roller Dome.
And then another computer company, Grace Computers, checked them out. Really good company, good owners. But anyways, he was sitting there badmouthing them, and he was sitting there slandering them, harassing them. So I was like, you know what? If you guys need it, because Wayne TV or 21 Live and 55 Fox are not going to pick that up and try to help them out. So I was like, all right, I do TV shows. I'd be one to help out. So one day I went to the coffee shop because I was in a group talking about Brian. Went to the coffee shop. I was like, confronted him. Was like, so why are you doing this? Why are you? And then he called the cops on me and got a restraining order on me, saying I was armed and dangerous. How is this armed and dangerous?
When was this?
This was like 2 years ago. He called the cops on me, and it was crazy. The cop was like, "Hey Jeff, how are you doing? Don't body slam me just because he knew me from the wrestling show and knew of him." So again, it all started out with me trying to help other people out, which I don't regret because again, I'm not only a news media that'd be willing to help out against this guy. Mm-hmm. So again, it started escalating, and then he started just badmouthing me, badmouthing my kids, and just pretty much trying to tear me up and make up these fake stories like I was a drug dealer.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. Nobody's gonna believe that.
Right. And
they gonna think you a narc. I'm just gonna be honest.
No,
nobody believes that.
I understand. And
what?
This made all kinds of stories about me. One was I suppose I'm a child. I'm like, dude.
Okay. See.
He digs too far just to try to ruin my rep. He's trying to get me kicked off TV
different,
before.
Man. That's sad. That's sad.
Then you seen recently,
bro. You gotta get life, man. You gotta get life, bro.
Then you seen
because I done see your face around like town on the pages and everybody sharing it. You gotta stop, man. You gotta get life. Please don't come after me. Oh.
And then
I want you to. Please just give me a little bit more publicity, bro. Just free publicity is cool because ain't nothing going on here and I just need you to talk about me. Please. Don't talk about the old man. He can't defend himself no more. He's old.
Well, yeah. It's an ongoing joke between me and him. I don't be offended about it. It's just cool.
Oh, his nickname is Old Man Landis. You guys get over it. Everybody needs to laugh.
I think it's funny. That's why when you tell me that, I'm like, I'm doing all right, man. Just don't have my cane with me today. But again, like I said, it all started because I helped somebody out. And then, like I said, he's been trying to criticize me, saying, making fun of me. I got a disability. I've told you that. I've got a learning disability. I suffer from mild retardation. I'm not smart.
I mean, what is it called now? Because what is the real? Because people don't like the word retard anymore.
Well, that's what that's why I was diagnosed with.
Oh, really? Like that?
Yeah,
oh, well,
that's what the doctor.
Don't be mad at him.
Yeah,
that's what his doctor said.
Again, like I said, I know I was in special ed classes all my life, but look at the stuff that I've done. Anybody with any kind of disability, from Asperger's to anybody Down syndrome, anybody could do what they want to do. They just got to put their heart to it.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of people have proved that that's just a mechanism society gives people because they don't want to ease them into society where they need to be. They just like holding their hand the whole way and preventing them. That's why I say like I don't want to be on that boat ever. I was literally telling somebody last night like the weak mentality, the quit mentality, the you can't do something, or you shell shocked every single day, or you just caught up doing the same old things. Like that's you. That's your decision. I can't be mad at you. And some people like that. Like I at one point liked doing that. Like I love like just enjoying nature, just enjoying my day how I want to do it and stuff. You know what I mean? So yeah, but you gotta try at something. You got to eventually. You can't just a guy. I was leaving the laundromat, and a guy had asked me for something. I don't know. It may have been money, but I'm not sure. I don't want to badmouth the dude by saying he was asking for money, but he asked me for something, and I told him I was like, "No, I don't got anything on me, bro," which I didn't. And I ain't lied to him because I only had a card, and he didn't look like he had a phone where I could PayPal him. So. But I had told him and I didn't say rude or anything. I was just like, you can go. You got a Social Security card, man? He's like, no, I lost something. He was like, well, you can go get a Social Security card and then go up to the to donate plasma, and you can get $50. The first 5 donations, man. You just drink water and go up there and do that. Like, and he just stood there like just. You know what I mean? In disbelief, like he didn't know that there was an option or anything, or just like he was stuck. And I was like, you can't do that to yourself, man. You gotta wake up. You're not dead yet. Stop living like that. I don't like that in people, man. I was just like I said, I was telling somebody yesterday. I have personally lost people, and I know people that have lost multiple people, and I think we gotta put into perspective what real pain and anguish and what, like, just real stuff. So we can't keep crying and sweating about the small stuff. You can't get caught up in that. There's too much small crap going on every day.
Yeah, there's a couple of people I know that make a big issue out of something that's not to be. I'm not down on the people for that, but again, like I said, there's a lot more big issues that people's had.
I just think that's just not a good way to live. If you want to and that intrigues you and you like that, and cool. I don't ever prevent anybody. It's just my suggestion. Just don't pay attention to it. I can't get mad at every driver that drives slow. I caught myself doing that mentally today because people were like being really weird. I wasn't had any road rage or yelling and honking. I was just like, what are you doing? What are you doing, weirdo? Like, get off the road. Like, just go home. You shouldn't be driving there. Like, they're like, I'm gonna go home because I don't know what y'all are doing today. So you gotta learn how to like laugh about the small pain and stuff and let it go, because we all have big traumatic bad experiences, and that's whenever you gotta, you know what I mean, take that in and let that, you know what I mean, just let that be manifest out of you. Just go through that and just be like, be real with yourself. This is a big thing, and I gotta be sad about it for a moment, but just like the small stuff, I gotta move on. You can't get caught in that stuff. That's just a nasty web. I've been there. That's why I've been there personally in my adult life, and I just advise people to just not do it.
Well, like one thing I learned too is before I used to post personal stuff, like between me and the family or something like that on Facebook. Nowadays, I'm like, because if you post something on Facebook, people are going to eat you like sharks.
Oh,
and they're going to think that they're a judge. Try to tell you, like same with these news sites, any site that you go to. Like that negativity, they will get you. We live in a negative world where there's not that much positive. Like before, I did the nice challenge where call somebody, text somebody, say, for instance, like, hey, David, you're doing a good job what you're doing. Make the people feel good. But again, people would rather have that negativity bullshit going around instead of, hey.
I mean, but I gotta be real, man. I just think that's just a part of Fort Wayne. And I hate to say that about the city I lived in, like, majority of my life, and I was born here, but I have moved so many times out of here, and I have visited twice as many states. And people act different, man. People just act different in other states. They way more nicer. Like, there's no judgment. People's not trying to bash you. People don't want to hold you down. And I'm not saying everybody here in Fort Wayne don't, because obviously they do. Like, I even have experienced that. So it's people here that do, but it's a fair amount of people. And if you think about it, what I'm saying is there's 2/3 of the people that's supporting you, but there's a third, and here in Fort Wayne, that's a decent amount to where, like, even if they not helping you, you know what I mean, the fact that they don't want to is just kind of a hindrance. Like they just have, like, I feel like people here are not open and genuinely happy that other people are doing stuff, whatever reason it may be. I don't even want to get into why. That's what I witnessed. But there is for sure twice as many people that will support you. Whoever they are, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know my supporters, and I haven't met anybody that's talked down about this podcast or anything. Mostly because I think people have realized by now, by watching how, like, the show goes, I'm not interested in acting like I know anything other than my personal life. I'm here to hear y'all story and see what y'all doing and anything. So my next question is when you do come back from hiatus, what do you got going?
Well, I still want to interview celebrities.
You got anybody on the deck, as they say? You on deck?
How I normally do it is, say for instance, if, like, in a wrestling world, like, we got Heroes and Legends coming up, I'm going to be just refereeing that one, because normally me, Scott, or Justin, we normally film, but they would just want me to referee. That's when I'm refereeing my last match is in October. Mm-hmm. My very first match that I refereed is going to be my last match. But for Dos Landis, I planned, I would love to have voicemen on again, like I said. But what I normally do is I find out who's coming close to the facility. Like, say for instance, Brian McKnight's coming to town next Saturday or next Sunday. I thought it was this Saturday or Sunday. Well, obviously you guys know I got turned out for that. But what I do is I find out who's coming to town. And as soon as I find out who's coming to town, celebrity-wise, I get a hold of their agent. So again, like I said, big names, I have no idea who I want to get a hold of, but I do have dream interviews I would like to have. Like, Hulk Hogan is one of them. Shawn Michaels is one of them. Bret Hart.
The old school cast.
The old school cast. Entertainment-wise, music groups, I would love to have, Drew Hill on. Obviously, I was in talks with him before. But, just people that I listened to as a kid. I want to bring that retro aspect and also bring back the new aspect. I said, if you ask me who's popular nowadays with music, I have no idea. So I kind of want to go back to my childhood, like I did with the Happiest Place thing, and interview people who I listened to as a kid. Like, I want to have Silk on. If you remember Silk, they sing the song "Freak Me." I want to bring Shy.
I don't want to freak you.
Well, I know what you mean, but you get what I'm saying. I just want to. I know you are. I just want to bring on people that in my past that I looked up to. Like I said again, who's coming on next? I do not know. I'd like to have you on again.
I'm unavailable, man. I drive a high price now. I'm a big time movie star.
That's the $7,000 contract.
Oh man, yeah, I signed it in. I inked it in blood, brother.
But yeah, like I said, even local talent, man. I would love to interview some more local talent around here. Like, I was in talks with T Zink today. I've interviewed him. Third Frame has been on the show. I just, like I said, whoever's willing to come on. Again, like I said, it's a popular show. We got followers. Again, like I said, guests, I have no idea who's coming on next. My hiatus, I don't know when I'm coming back. I mean, like I said, here and there I'm going to record shows, but when am I coming back full time? I don't know.
Gotcha. I feel you, man. I feel like that sometimes because every day I'm racking my brain of, like, who else can I support and who else can I get on the show? And even if they don't come, who else can I support? And last week I was going to have my first female guest, but there was just a little hiccup and rescheduled with them to get her back on. But I'm going to be getting Dusty on here soon and some other, like, females, because that's what I've been looking for
with the school
right now, because that's where it's at, man. You
Oh,
gotta get the ladies. You gotta show the ladies some love.
And there's a lot of talent.
I just know a lot more guys. That's why it's been guys on, and today's society, it's just so hard to maneuver. I don't want to come off like weird trying to ask somebody to come on, or they'd be like they feel uncomfortable or something. So, and I know most of the guys I know, or who they attach me to, like they'll put in a good word and they'll be able to check out the podcast and see it's a chill atmosphere, man. It's
I got your back.
Nothing too strenuous. You see, I didn't slip nothing in your drink. Even if you were an attractive man or woman, nothing would happen to you. You would enter and exit fine. I'm not interested in that.
Shocking! I'm drinking water. I hardly drink water.
Whiskey.
No, Mountain Dew or something else. But yeah, that does sound kind of good too. But I gotta go to work tomorrow. But yeah, like I said, it's a very chill atmosphere. I enjoy it. I'm glad that I was able to come on today. Yeah, I mean, we were trying to figure out times and stuff like that. Again, like I said, things happen for a reason.
Oh no, for sure. No, it was good. We were gonna get it worked out. I was just worried because just how my schedule is, and it's even more now because I'm like back in school and work, and then this, and then my girl's job, and trying to network whenever I have free time, and then follow these stupid pops that are giving me a dang migraine. So, I'm trying to prioritize things, Jeff.
Because as long as I've known you, man, I'm very proud of you. You kept up what you're doing. You know, like I said, when you told me you're doing your podcast, I was like, holy crap, that's pretty awesome.
I mean, I'm proud of y'all, man. I'm proud of everybody that started something that wasn't doing anything, or they were doing something and they found a way to make it bigger. So, I'm proud of you guys, because without y'all, I would just be talking to myself or another person. Like the same person. That would be cool. But, you know what I mean? I just have bigger aspirations, and I like the company of a lot of people. You know what I mean? I'm a fan of people. I say it all the time.
Well, we all have different stories. So, again, like I said, you could be interviewing a wrestler. You could be interviewing somebody that does sports. Again, we all have our different lives. So, again, like I said...
I want to interview everybody, though. I don't want to just interview one type of... anything.
Yeah.
Not saying that's a bad thing. That's actually a good thing, and that's how you know what I mean, get. If I was to just make my podcast about one thing, I could get views a lot faster. Just because it would be easier to just algorithm it, put it in searches better, get people interested, like a certain specific group of people, and just keep pulling in more of those type of people. But I want to reach everybody. Ain't nothing wrong with that. We all gotta learn about each other.
That's true. And again, it means a lot to me that you're asking me to come on your podcast, because for one, you know, like I said, I've been doing it for 25 years. I've been in newspapers, radio station, news, movies, music videos, and podcasts. And then, like I said, I'm doing this again. Like I said, after doing it for 25 years, I'm glad that I'm still that importance of, you know, the followers and just in general. Because again, sometimes I feel like, am I even still a thing, or am I just a thing in the past? That's why I like doing it. Because I learned that one thing is that if people quit doing entertainment business, they'll forget you.
Oh yeah, that's what I was telling you. Don't take too long of a hiatus.
They'll forget you. Mm-hmm. So that's why I'm consistently trying to do what I'm doing. But again, like I said, yeah, I'm taking time off, and I'm still promoting the show. Again, like I said, I haven't done a show in a month. And that's the longest in a long time since I haven't done a show. So again, when am I going to do a show again? I don't know. But again, like I said, if an opportunity pops up, I'm sure in the hell going to take it. You got to
go searching for them, though. You can't let them pop up, man.
Oh, I know.
I'm telling you, I wouldn't get you on. I wouldn't have got anybody else on before you, and I won't get anybody on after you if I don't go try and find the opportunity. Every day you wake up, to me, is an opportunity, and I've wasted enough of them, and I'm good on that. Like, anybody could just wake up and just be like, yeah, one day that $1 million will fall in my lap. Anybody can say that and do that. It's a few select of them that go and search and find it and take that time, and it'll come up. That's why I don't put any pressure on doing this, and you shouldn't either with what you're doing or anybody, because as long as you stay the course, just stay consistent, you never know what could fall in your lap. Never know.
That is true. Like
never know. You gotta. What I'm saying is, you got a greater chance of doing stuff and failing, and then somebody seeing it, and then you get put in the right position then, and not doing anything at all, and just hoping that one day you'll get that chance to do something, whatever that may be.
Yeah.
And I can't wait those days anymore. I tried that route, and the opportunities came like once every few years. I don't got that kind of time, man. That's madness to just waste time like that. So,
well, eventually, like I talked about, I want to retire. I want to get out of the entertainment business again. Like it's like a drug; it's addicting. Because you know, once you get comments, I've seen you get comments on your how things are going. You get that goosebumps and you get that drug. Like I gotta do this again.
Oh, I mean, I don't do it for that reason though. But I understand that because I have played in competition sports where I've gotten that, and it's just like I've like mostly wrestling or basketball where I'm in front of a crowd. I get that feeling because after I've won, it's just like, oh, okay, yeah, I gotta do this again because it's the combination of myself, the game, the competition, and the people, and it just get me all riled up. So yeah, I understand what you're saying, but as far as doing this, I do this because I enjoy people, man. It's to me, it's that simple. I'm too old now to I've seen before, even though I've had people that I've lost. Life didn't seem too real to me because it just felt like I had a limited amount of days to do this. Now I can see the mortality of it all, and it's just like, we gotta come up with a better plan. The plan you have is cool, but we gotta do something else. So,
well, like I see it as in real life and just in general is every episode you could do better.
Oh yes,
you can always top that episode.
Oh yes, it's hard.
Yes, it is.
It's hard. It's hard.
Like if you were to ask me what are my top 5 doses of Landises, like right now Jack Russell's a great way because again that's a group that I looked up to as a kid, 80s band, and they were another dream band, so that's definitely my number 1. And then I got to interview Eric Bischoff. I don't know if you've seen that or not. I got to interview Eric Bischoff. He was one of my dream interviews too. That's my number 2. But if you ask me what my 4 or 5 ones, I did a show in New Haven Middle School. Talking about, my past and just in general, just talking about it. That was a good episode, very sad, but then also had the Happy the Hobo episode, so it's like, what are my favorite shows? It's hard to say.
See, this is my problem with you.
I got to outdo that.
You come off a little, coy is the word I'm going to use, because you can't let the detractors get to you, and you can't doubt yourself. And I feel like you do that a lot. And
I do doubt myself a lot.
And it's just like, you can't, because it doesn't make sense. Well, I'll tell you why it doesn't make sense. Because if you were such an ancient relic and nothing you ever did mattered, then you wouldn't, because all the people you just named, you just did that recently. Yeah. Like recently. I haven't interviewed none of those names recently. But I have interviewed people you haven't interviewed, though. And they just as dope. But I just had to, even the platform on that one. But you've interviewed all those people, so it's not like it's not like you're not doing anything.
Yeah.
I just don't like when you go doubt yourself and then you let detractors get to you, and it's like, so what? How many of them have interviewed anybody or did anything like that? You know what I'm saying? So, and then don't get caught up in the real answer to that. Just ask yourself that, and then go about your day. And even then, you'll get to the point where you don't need to ask yourself that. Like, things like that, I don't take into account anymore. Like, it's just like breathing. You don't think about when you breathe. You just do it. Yeah. I don't need to do all that. I need this. This is what I need to do. I need to take every ounce of energy and intellect I have, and if I'm not using it all I'm doing is digging in holes. That's all I'm doing right now. And if that hole, I get to the point where I can't dig anymore and just get too vast and wide and I still ain't found nothing, I'm going to go somewhere else and find a new hole. And I'm going to just keep doing that. Keep doing that, and I'm going to keep doing it because I found people and I found the diamonds. And I'm going to just keep doing that. And that's all you got to do. You can't let the people that's not doing anything or pretending like they're doing something just because they get social media likes for doing or saying outlandish things.
Yeah.
Then I just don't worry about those type of people, man. You good. You stay the course, man. That's what I tell myself every day. I can't even get if I'm doubting anything, it's how I'm presenting myself on the podcast and how it sounds editing wise. I don't doubt my guests, and I don't doubt my ability to get it out there and make this seem attractive. Those things I don't doubt, but I do doubt myself, and that's only because I know I need to get better. And even if I do get good, I'm gonna still continue to get more better because you can't never master your craft. You can't. You can't. There's no possible way, because unless you're telling me you batting 100, then you gotta improve. Even if it's 99.98%, you still got 1.2% or whatever, 0.12. Get it together. So that's what I tell myself. I just don't want you to doubt yourself. When you leave here and you leave your gig later, editing your show, you got boost. Keep that self-esteem, man. Stay off social media like that. Don't even give them the ammunition. I just post my stuff. I share things that I come across or I obtain, and that's it. And I do giveaways, and I boost other people up to come on my show. That's what I use my social media for, and I kind of act like a troll on my personal page sometimes, but hey, who doesn't want to act like a troll? I don't take it too far. I don't go personal. I know people that's like trying to do a lot of stuff like what Brian is doing. I'm not even nowhere near that dude.
My God, the recent stuff he's put, like that fake name under my YouTube channel.
He does a lot of stuff, not even just regarding you, man.
Oh, I know.
That guy is out of control. I'm like, at some point, I know somebody was suing him. I know for a fact, like a year or so ago.
People's already sued him.
That's what I'm saying. He's been sued.
He doesn't pay him back.
Oh, man. He doesn't going to catch up to him.
Somebody's going to... I don't want to sit there and say it the threat-wise, because, again, it'll... But again,
no, it's not a threat. If he's out here doing stuff and he's continuously getting sued, that's going to catch up to him. That's just that's just common. You can't keep running away from lawsuits. Now that's moronic, because then they wouldn't be having lawsuits. There would be no need to. People just do whatever they want.
What I'm trying to figure out is why isn't he in jail? Because if I were to do something like the most of he did, I'd be in jail. I've never been in jail, but again, like I said, we have no answers to that. But again, like I said, it's just crazy how he's better than all these successful.
I can't speak on what I don't know about him, or what he's doing or not doing, or how he can get caught. I will speak on the things I do know and have seen personally, and it's just like, bro,
he has no limits, which sucks with things, and it's like,
come at me, man. Please post this, like, because I'm talking about him. Just come at me, please.
I'm sure.
Just talk about my podcast.
I'm sure since you know about me and since we're bringing his name up, I'm sure.
Good. Free publicity. He's gonna be my personal. Listen, I'm gonna make. Listen, parents, please mute this. And if my mom listens, I'm sorry. And if anybody else listening, I know and don't like cussing, I'm sorry. I'm gonna make him my bitch. My personal advertising whore. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna personally pimp him out and just keep giving me free publicity. You can't get out of that, Jeff.
He'll make it free. He'll try to make it like a fake story.
Oh well, Jeff, it's free publicity, man.
True, but then people know the real. If people know the real you, then they shouldn't worry about it. Like I said, all of a sudden,
even if the people that don't know you, they gonna come find out what the truth is.
That's true.
Free publicity. If you not really doing nothing, then you have nothing to worry about. Me talking about him being crazy and doing all this unnecessary stuff. If he can't handle the heat, then stay out the kitchen.
Exactly.
So I don't care. I was just telling the same person yesterday. I don't like bullies. Don't come being a bully to me if you don't like how I'm going to be bullied back to you, because I'm only going to walk away so many times before I am forced to say something, because obviously you're not getting the message that I'm not going to be bullied. So obviously nobody's physically going to bully me. People try with their mouths, and it don't really work, because I'm a better bully than them. Like, I've been in the Army. My brother is the ultimate asshole ever, period, and it's not even close to me. Like, he's worse than Conor McGregor on a good day.
Wow.
Like, he just talk mad shit. You know what I mean? And my family is just a family of shit talkers, and it's a beautiful thing, and I hope they never ever change. It's a glorious thing. It's excitement. It's called flavor. You know what I'm saying? And I love it. So just let him do the things he's been doing. Just keep sharing them. Just keep being like, I love it. Because he's watching you.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So being that he's watching you, play the game back, man. It's not hard. And I'm done giving him any more free publicity on my show. So,
understandable.
And this is the only time to say my show because I want him to know this is my show. Please give me free publicity.
Right, the way it doesn't get everything mixed up. Again, like I said, this is your podcast. I'm glad I got to be on it. It's awesome. Like I said, after all these years of doing it, it's good that people still know for what I'm doing. Again, like I said, this is a different era. Now there's podcasts, so it's like
you're gonna get you were telling me earlier you're getting a YouTube together.
Yeah.
And you got your tablet and you're using your phone. So I would just suggest that you would create an Instagram or a Twitter and you try to reach a lot of people, because even if you're not getting the views in the city and stuff, I've gotten more subscribers or half the subscribers from people out of Fort Wayne because I'm branching into other things, and that's how it is now.
Yeah.
If it's we went from syndicate television to cable, and now we got internet, and then we got social media, and now everything is just open. Like it's the information age on steroids. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta use that to your advantage.
And I didn't have that back in the day.
No, I know. But now that you got it, you gotta hook it up, Jeff.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because you got content, man. If you type in on YouTube, interview with Aaron Carter, and you phrase it right, and then you plug it on Instagram using all the hashtags and the Twitter and all that stuff, and you put it. I figured out it's all about how you advertise it for people to come see it, and whenever they do see it, you gotta have a good, you know what I mean, good little setup going, and you got most of that. You just gotta get it out right, and you'll be good, man. You got Aaron Carter, Eric Bishop, like, dude, you will get literally 100 views like that if you were right, because the people you have on, you know what I'm saying. So just keep doing what you're doing, and improve, bro. You going somewhere right now to learn something new.
Like the Jack Russell's Great White and the Donnie Baker one, man. The views,
all of them, man.
The views are. I just got it right. I got to learn how to use the tool to do it. Because again, like I said, it's
because even if you had everybody in Fort Wayne on Team Landis and you had 90% approval rating, that's just Fort Wayne. That's just Fort Wayne. And even though that would be a big number, it's just Fort Wayne though. It's so much more out there, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I love people here, and I'm glad that they support the places they do support, and the people that do support me and you and any of the bands and the athletes and the artists and whoever. I'm glad that those people, but it's a lot of people out there that you are able to reach now. And it's just like, you can't stop. You gotta keep finding ways to improve. Don't get stuck.
Yeah,
don't get stuck.
It's just like I said earlier. It's totally different from then. Because like I did it when word of mouth, and I did it flyers. Because we didn't have this stuff nowadays. I'm like,
word of mouth, and that's what I'm doing. That's all it is now. Yeah. Except for your word of mouth is so much, it can reach so many people. It's like you standing above the world and you got a microphone and you yelling, and everybody is, and some people just want to clean to your yelling for a little bit, and then they go to somebody else's yelling, and it's some people just ignore it. It's just like, I don't want to hear that, you know. But it's cool. People, I love preferences. We all got our preferences. I don't get on everybody that's like, I was telling my buddy Jeff, another guy named Jeff, he had put up a post saying, can your significant other still support you without being a fan? And I was just like, for sure. They don't have to be a fan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As long as they support me and they want the best from me and they don't have to tune in and everything, that's still more support than you had. Than, you know what I mean? I'd rather have some support and know I'm doing things and going in the right direction because I'm, you know what I mean, this is working out, than be mad because not everybody is on my team the way I want them to be. Yeah. That's entitlement. I'm too old to be entitled to anything. You gotta go earn stuff. You gotta earn the right to be like, yeah, people like what I'm doing, and you can't just be cocky and arrogant and not want to learn about stuff. You can't do that. I can't, anyways. It's not helping.
When I was younger, man, I was, again, 14, 15 years old. I was cocky, arrogant, like my shit didn't stink. Again, when I grew up, I evolved with a lot of things. So, again, like I said, you know, from back then, I was cocky, arrogant. Oh, I'm on top of the world. And I try to calm down my ego because again, I'm not better than anybody. I mean, again, I do the same thing as everybody else. Again, like I said, sometimes ego does get the best of you in this business.
Mm-hmm. Have you tried getting a library and putting all your old stuff on YouTube? Put the more recent, like just basic, shorter, not a dose of Landis interviews, just all the other interviews in a folder, and then get all the dose of Landis episodes and put all of them on YouTube. I'm telling you, man, if you do it, Jeff, just take a week to do that while you're off. Instead of worrying about not getting somebody, keep doing that. But I'm telling you, man, if you get that YouTube up and going, the sky's the limit. You gotta get some content on there. I'm telling you, the content is key.
I did change the name of my my YouTube station because it used to be Jeff Landis. Now it's Landis Entertainment Network. Because again, what I'm doing is I'm slowly
integrating all that.
I've got the Jeff Landis show, the very first show.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah,
I've got me wrestling in the ring, so I'm slowly getting stuff. Cause again, if I change it to a network, then that's like anything I've done. Instead of just say this dose. I've got doses of Landis. I got the Jeff Landis show.
I'm telling you, do it, man. I got a good feeling about it just because. It's just you never know what will pop up on YouTube. I'm telling you, man, and it's millions of people right now as we speak, and as I edit the podcast and put this up later, there's so many people that's gonna be searching for all types of stuff, and you never know what they bump into. You never know.
Well, what's cool too is I could just post like a Dose Landis, Aaron Carter, that shows up immediately. Mm-hmm. Like the top three, the Eric Bischoff, the first week that we interviewed him. It was on the top 3 for like freaking a week or two. Same with Jim Cornette. I don't know if you've seen that interview.
I know you had an old corny. Man, that's somebody I won't get on for a while. I love his podcast.
All right, here's what happened. Okay, we went to Heroes and Legends. Obviously, we were there to do interviews, and Jim Cornette was another guy who I want to get on. Same with Mike, but Mike had to do a shoot job. Well, I was interviewing Jim Cornette, and guess who comes along and interrupts it? Teddy Long. You can legit look this up, Landis Entertainment Network. Teddy Long comes on in, hey, what's up, Cornette? And then, it's like an old family reunion, and they're like going back and forth, they're talking about my skin tag, but not, joking around about it. And like the one guy said that they were making fun of me, which they weren't. They were just joking around, and it's like felt like 3 friends together. And then I started interviewing Teddy Long, so again, it's like, okay, how often does Teddy Long interrupt an interview with Jim Cornette? So again, it's like my career moments. Like that's one of my big ones right there. Because again, you wouldn't expect Teddy Long to come in and interrupt my show or interrupt an interview. So again, like stuff like that, that makes me like, oh wow. So that's on my YouTube channel too, just as well. So I got short interviews. I had the Beautiful People on, if you remember who they are. Mm-hmm. Had them on. I've had Angelina Love on for Wrestling for Warriors before. And again, like I said, I have
that's all on your YouTube.
Yeah, and I have like all the short ones, and like I said, Aaron Carter's on there, Noah Cat from.
I will go and just be sharing those links, man.
So it's like it's cool because again, like I said, some of these people are real nice. They treat me really good. They don't treat me like I'm just a fan. They're like, oh, TV interview, let's go with it, and then I'll explain like I've been doing this for forever. So again, if you go along with their character and you play along with it, that's part of the deal. But again, like I said, just interviewing these big names is like throwing me off. So like you see, they from the Jeff Landis show, some wrestling stuff, from promos from me trying to interview Immature, the music group. This was way back when I was a kid. I was trying to do the big name interviews back then too. I'll tell you a little story about that. And how WCW came to Fort Wayne, and WWF came to Fort Wayne. Well, these newscasters and these people from the radio station knew how I was from doing TV. Well, they're like, so Jeff, who's this wrestler? Give me this interview with this wrestler. So again, I'm 19 years old. I'm young. My smart's not going in. I'm like, okay, this is this person. Because again, free tickets. I'm not going to turn out free tickets. Being a fan. So I've helped News Channel 15 out. I helped Rock 104 get these interviews with these big names, and here I am sitting back 25 years later, like that could have been me. I had the contacts. I could have been the one interviewing them. So I'm kicking myself in the ass. Still to this day, I could have done this back then, but again, I was young, dumb, teaching these News Channel 15s and all these other stations.
Well, I mean, you learn. Don't get too caught up on it. Like I said, you act like you ain't did nothing.
No, I know I did something, but
get caught up in that.
Again, I'm just like
But you learned though before it was you learned way ahead of time. It's not like it was too late. I mean, granted, that could have been that could have and should have been you in that predicament, but you still, you still made something happen and you learned from it. way before the age that you are now. So.
Yeah, because I could not be doing what I'm doing now. It also, that's kind of cool, is that I was like became good friends with WCW's Mike Lyman, rest in peace. Because like I said, helping them with newspapers and everything else, trying to get them in there. And again, I became good friends with him. I got his phone number. I had Jack Doan's phone number from. Actually, I was refereeing AJ Styles' match in 2012. I had his number too. So again, like I said, I worked with these big names before they became big or something. So again, like I said, it's just I wish I would have known now what I knew back then. But again, like I said, it's a learning tree. So
it's okay.
But yeah, again, I'm doing what I'm doing. Like I said, just go to my Landis Entertainment Network. You'll see all kinds of things. Like today, you'll see the episode from last night. So I can't wait for that. I'm pumped to go at 4 o'clock to get that on there for sure. I mean, yeah, it's on demand now at the Allen County Public Library's website. But again, I want to put it on my YouTube channel where it's like, hey, I can actually take it and see it and watch it. So I mean, I can still watch it on demand, but again, I can just take it on my YouTube and share it everywhere. And so just hit like a certain link. So again, that's why I'm excited and pumped about today at 4:30, because last night's show was a great show for me. Like I could keep bringing it up, but again, yeah. So you'll see that on my network as well. So
Dos Landis,
and the Jeff Landis shows from back then. Some of the wrestling stuff, hot stuff, still burning.
The YouTube channel is called
Landis Entertainment. And you'll see stuff from
Landis Entertainment Network.
Yeah, you'll see stuff from me interviewing Three Rivers Festival back in the 90s.
Okay.
Interviewing Jay Walker, old classic news guy, Jane Herschel, Marty Wright. So you'll see all kinds of things on that channel, not just,
Do you have a Facebook page or any other pages on anything?
I've got a Dos Landis fan page like that. I've got the Jeff Landis Entertainer page, which is pretty much like me, like doing stuff like this, movies, refereeing, kind of showing, different shows I've been on. I also appear on TV shows too. I think you know that too. I appear on local TV shows, and I do music. I'm in music videos. So again, I'm not just a host, but I like to be all around with generation of music videos. Because again, there's different aspects of entertainment you can dip in, and people are like, oh, hey, who's this guy? And like, oh, he does this, he does that. So again, you got to keep yourself interested and go around. Like I said, never turn down. I learned one thing too: never turn down podcasts, never turn down TV interviews, never turn down newspaper interviews, because that's a gateway for more publicity. And like I was supposed to be in Fort Wayne Magazine in September. I was supposed to be in it sometime last month, and I was mad because because I was hyping up, hey, I'm going to be in Fort Wayne newspaper. And then somebody was like, well, why are you down in Fort Wayne newspaper? Like, I had my followers wanted to get the copy because they were willing to buy the copy of Fort Wayne Magazine. But again, I'm going to be in September. Hopefully. I'm not bad-mouthing the Fort Wayne Magazine. That's another goal of mine, is to be in that magazine because it's a huge magazine. So
just keep reaching out and pulling.
Oh, I am, trust me. So
well, I appreciate you coming on, Jeff.
No, I appreciate being on.
Yeah, man. Keep doing what you're doing.
Oh, I will for sure.
All right, man. I'm gonna get you all your info up, and I'm gonna see you down the road, Jeff.
Oh yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for having had fun coming on the podcast.
You guys remember, hit that subscribe button, please. Hit the notification bell, the ring-a-ding-ding, and comment, like, subscribe, share, talk shit. Enjoy your day. Take it easy. I'm out.